Bigby Coffee, McDonald's, Absolute Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, Bourbon Street Pizza, Culver Portside Marina, Marshall County REMC, the Pilot News Group, Marshall County Fiber, Johnson Danielson Funeral Home. The Coca-Cola pregame is up next.
Culver's Portside Marina handles all water and recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has them in stock. From Sanpan, Aqua Patio, Sweetwater, and Monaco pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver's Portside Marina can help. Discover the evolution of the wake boat through luxury models offered from Centurion and Supreme Surf Boats. Yamaha Wave Runners and Kawasaki jet skis are on the showroom floor waiting. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 574-842-5000. Culver's Portside Marina.
Who do I perform for? I perform for all the awesome composers whose music deserves to be heard.
I perform for all the stagehands who make sure I never miss a cue.
I perform for our high school choir director, who taught me to breathe from the diaphragm and sing from the heart.
Speech, debate, theater, music. The performing arts teach valuable life lessons that typically aren't taught in the classroom. They help high school students learn leadership skills that prepare them to enjoy more satisfying, productive lives.
I perform for Mrs. Evans, my high school debate coach, who has helped me become more confident than I ever dreamed possible.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high school in your community.
Hey, I've got a question for you. Who will you perform for?
Yeah, we're live performing for the folks at John Glenn High School. Rusty Nixon, Peyton Skirvin. Some extra basketball for you tonight as the JV contest still going on. We'll give you a call here as LaVille has fought their way back into this. This is a tie. A few moments ago, this was all Glenn.
It really was, Rusty. I mean, for a while early, it looked like Glenn was kind of just going to run away with this, and then LaVille took some timeouts, figured some things out, and man, this has been a really fun fourth quarter here. Hopefully, an indication of things to come tonight.
It's 3:51 to play at the free throw line for LaVille is Johnny Yoder. He'll hit the first one, and he'll get the second one. 34-33. LaVille now with the lead. It wasn't that long ago that it was, 33-20 or something like that.
Yeah, quite the run here out of LaVille. Really good defense is what's made it happen.
Second shot is up. That one no good. Rebound is knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay LaVille basketball. Coda Nymon tried to get that for Glenn, was unable to do it. And so it'll be out of bounds to LaVille. 3:49 to play, fourth quarter, here in JV action. Yoder, I should say, with it. Has it down low. Shot no good down there by Kresge, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds. It'll belong to Glenn now with 3:41 to play.
I love that out-of-bounds play. Jack Edison's been running that since forever.
Pass up quickly, trying to go on the baseline, trying to get the ball to Isaiah Alsop down there. Got knocked out of bounds, so Glenn will have it back. They trail it by one, 34-33, 3:35 to play. We're in JV action here. Pass comes in to Micah Fleck. He'll get it top of the key to Riggins Miller. Back down to Nyman. He'll drive it, has it blocked. And coming out of there with it for LaVille is Colton Schwitz. He'll get it up quickly. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound comes down to Miller. And Glenn will have it back. Brings it up. Jumper from 15 goes down, and the Falcons have the lead back. 35-34. LaVille with it now. Dribbling right side, Johnny Yoder. He'll get it down to Andre Gonzalez. Top of the key. Working now is not sure. They've got some different numbers.
Yeah, they do,
out
Rusty.
there.
It's throwing me for a loop too.
Coming up quickly with it is Riggins Miller. He'll work to the right side. That's Micah Fleck. Cross court into the hands of Coda Naiman. Goes into the middle, kicks it down low, and trying to save it back in is Parrish, and he can't get it done, so it'll come back to LaVille, and they have a chance to take the lead back with 2:16 left. We're going to get a timeout by LaVille. It's going to be a full timeout, and we may as well take a break as well. You're listening to some extra action here on Max 98.3. JV game still underway, and we'll be back 35-34. Glenn with the lead.
Who do I perform for? I perform for all the awesome composers whose music deserves to be heard.
I perform for all the stagehands who make sure I never miss a cue.
I perform for our high school choir director who taught me to breathe from the diaphragm and sing from the heart.
Speech, debate, theater, music. The performing arts teach valuable life lessons that typically aren't taught in the classroom. They help high school students learn leadership skills that prepare them to enjoy more satisfying, productive lives.
I perform for Mrs. Evans, my high school debate coach, who has helped me become more confident than I ever dreamed possible.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high school in your community.
Hey, I got a question for you. Who will you perform for?
Back live at Glenn High School, Rusty Nixon, Peyton Skirvin, just in front of varsity basketball action here. As Glenn and LaVille will face off here in a few moments. We've got some extra play-by-play for you as the JV game continues. And LaVille's going to have it out of bounds. I'm trying to figure out who these guys are. So coming up to the right side, I think that's going to be Colton Schwitz down low on the baseline. Nothing there. Back to Miller, top of the, or I should say down on the block. It goes to Berghoff. He'll have a shot, no good. And the rebound, it comes down to Glenn and Micah Fleck. He'll push it up, gets it into the hands of Grant Romer. Left side, thought about the three. Julian Kellums, he'll give it up. He'll go all the way to the right corner, trying to force it onto the block. Nothing there. And LaVille will come away with it.
This zone is just absolutely giving John Glenn fits. They cannot get through it.
35-30, minute 32 to play. LaVille underneath and a bucket. All alone, breaking free, Johnny Yoder, and it's 36-35. LaVille. He'll bring it up. Glenn has it. Right side into the corner goes to Coda Naiman. Looking on the baseline, nothing there. Has it out free throw line to Fleck. Has it stolen away. LaVille will have it back. Trying to add to a 1-point lead here with a minute to play.
Glenn's going to have to turn up the pressure here, try to get a turnover.
Working on the right side, knocked out of bounds. Good defense there by Coda Naiman. And coming on is Smith for LaVille. Under a minute to play, 55.4 seconds, 36-35 LaVille. They'll have it in. Smith looking for somewhere to go. He'll get it into Schwitz, nothing there. Pass off the hands of Smith and a jump ball, and let's see, alternating possession. That'll belong to Glenn.
And a nice job by Miller there, flying back in from the backside, gets his hands on the ball, now gives the team a chance to take the lead here.
50 seconds to play here in the JV contest, and a 36-35 LaVille lead. Glenn with the basketball. Fleck has it taken away, just dropped in. Smith on the breakaway, and he'll get fouled on the way. Boy, that was an interesting call. That one's going to go on Riggins Miller, who got down there trying to cut off Smith on his path to the basket. He'll get called for having too much hip. So Smith will go to the line. 40 seconds left, 36-35 the score. LaVille with the lead. First shot is up. That one is no good off the back of the rim.
Trying to figure out what's going on. I don't know if somebody has 5 fouls or if they're saying there's 5 team fouls.
Not sure what they're. I agree with you. I'm not sure what they're talking about here. Bench for LaVille is wanting to know what's going on now. Yeah, they're gonna sub here. I think that Julian Kellums has, I don't know. He only has 3 fouls on the board here. They were okay. Now they're coming over to ask who it was. I think somebody must have fouled out. Second shot is up, no good. And the rebound will come down to Glenn, and I'm not sure what this is about.
We got a foul again.
Well, there was nobody but white jerseys near the ball. Oh, they're going to say there was a lane violation, so they're going to give Smith another shot at it.
Oh, wow. Like I said, it's got to be a point of emphasis because I don't ever see those called up until this year.
I have not seen one in years. And the free throw is no good. Comes down to Grant Romer, and Glenn will have a shot at it. 34 seconds left. Called the timeout. Glenn will come to the sideline to talk it over. And we'll take a quick break. 33 seconds left in this one. 36-35. LaVille with the lead, but Glenn with the basketball. And we'll be right back.
Culver's Portside Marina handles all water and recreational needs. When it comes to pontoons, Godfrey leads the industry in performance and quality, and Portside Marina has them in stock. From Sanpan, Aqua Patio, Sweetwater, and Monaco pontoons, if you're looking for a family boat, Culver's Portside Marina can help. Discover the evolution of the wake boat through luxury models offered from Centurion and Supreme Surf Boats. Yamaha Wave Runners and Kawasaki jet skis are on the showroom floor waiting. Located at 514 West Mill Street in Culver. Stop in or call them at 574-842-5000. Culver's Portside Marina.
Channel moved.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar, with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news, some were skeptical. So we're not going to have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
Back at John Glenn High School, Rusty Nix and Peyton Skirvin as we get ready for basketball here tonight. LaVille and Glenn, and right now it's JV action. LaVille with a lead right here. And Glenn with the basketball, so we'll see what they do with it out of the timeout.
Channel switched.
They'll bring it into Nymon. He'll get it down in the corner. Three-pointer here by Coda Nymon. He can't hit it, and the rebound comes down to LaVille. 21 seconds left, and Nymon going to get a foul, so looks like that's going to be dangerous here.
Yeah, we'll say LaVille has struggled at the free throw line, Rusty. They just have not been able to ice this game like they'd like to. A lot of opportunities to do so, but not making the free throws.
So going to the free throw line will be, by my scorecard, Colton Schwitz. He'll hit the first one. Not 100% sure that's who it is. We've got a whole different set of numbers on this roster.
Yeah, he looks like he's about 6'2". We'll roll with it.
Well, yeah. He's got a brother Braden who's about that size, so we'll see. Second shot is good, makes it 38-35. 21 seconds left, 30-second timeout here for LaVille.
Yeah, we'll see if they want to draw up a defense here. I mean, they've been sitting back in a 2-3 zone, maybe trying to disrupt something, because obviously Glenn needs a 3 here to extend this game. So, LaVille's probably saying, no easy layups and no wide open threes.
That is the thing. You just got to stop them from hitting a 3 at this point, because you're looking at what amounts to a 2-possession game.
Yeah, and it's always easier said than done, Rusty, trying to get your kids to, it's easy when you've seen a lot of basketball and you've seen these scenarios play out, but, when you're out there with the shoes on, laced up, and the pressure's on, it's easy to make a mistake and let something slip here, but 21 seconds, got to make it happen.
21 seconds in this one. The varsity contest will start afterwards. 38-35 our score in the JV contest here, as Glenn will have to go the length of the floor. LaVille wanting to set their defense. They'll come out of their timeout, and we're ready to go. And bringing it in will be Ace Hahn. He'll get it ahead to Riggins Miller, who calls a timeout instantly after getting over the 10-second line. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here.
Yeah, curious there. You wonder if you drew up a set to get the ball in and then get it to half court, and then now you draw up another set here. And it'll be, it's always the age-old debate. Do you foul before you give up the shot? And, at the JV level, it's probably just better off playing solid defense and letting them fire up the shot and get the rebound. That's the other key is you got to be sure you get the defensive rebound as well.
There you go. 38-35. We're on JV time here. Michael Edison has checked into the LaVille huddle. He wants to know what's going on and tell these guys, come on, man, let's get this W.
He loves a good competition. He can't stay away.
Yeah. Known the Edisons for a couple of years. They are competitive a little bit.
Just a tiny bit, yeah.
Tiny bit.
That's the reason that it's got them this far.
17 seconds left in this one. 38-35 the score. LaVille with the lead. We're going to come out of the timeout. And LaVille will have to play defense here in the half court. Bringing it in will be Glenn. Nymon gets the inbound. Has it knocked out of his hands, and a foul.
Hey, you had one to give, so you're okay there if you're LaVille. But now you got to be smart. Now you don't want to foul at all.
That's going to be on, I think, Andre Gonzalez. Well, actually, no. Anyway, pass comes in. Shot is good with 8 seconds left. Clock running. LaVille gets it inbounds. 4 seconds, 3 and a foul. It's going to send Colton Schwitz to the line, but Glenn with a quick bucket there. 2.6 seconds left. LaVille still with a 38-37 lead. Coming back to the floor will be Isaiah Alsop for Glenn.
Well, you'd hate to be Captain Obvious, but you'd love to at least knock down one here. But at this point, it's probably going to be a catch and shoot 3 for LaVille or for Glenn, if anything. So we'll see what happens here.
And we will see what happens here. Free throw line, Schwitz. First one is up, and that one is good. It rolls all the way around and comes back down.
Try to put this one on ice. LaVille thinking about taking a timeout. Not sure they're talking to the officials about something.
Second shot will go up. 2.6 seconds, as we said. 39-37. Make it 40-37. So a three-pointer is the only thing that helps Glenn here with 2.6 seconds left. They're going to get a LaVille timeout.
Well, now you're curious what LaVille's talking about here, because he could have chosen to just stay out there and play defense, but instead you take the timeout to set up that defense. You're basically telling them, don't let them get a wide-open 3, but there's 2-point-something seconds here, Rusty. I don't see a huge need to really talk about too much here. More than anything, just, hey, let's be smart, don't extend this game, and find a way to put it on ice here.
40-37 JV action here at John Glenn High School.
Hopefully our varsity game is just as exciting as this one was.
We can only hope. And, it's an interesting situation coming up in the varsity game. You got two teams, one that has some young players who've had a little bit of experience, the other with some young players who have had no experience.
Right.
So you're looking at a similar couple of teams here. 2.6 seconds left here in the JV contest. 40-37 the score. And Glenn will have to go the length of the floor. They need 3 points to tie it up and keep it alive. Pass comes in. It's high. It's over the head of the intended receiver. Riggins Miller out of bounds. LaVille will have it back. right in front of the scorer's table here.
Now, LaVille doesn't have a timeout, though, so you got to be sure you get the ball in. A 5-second call would be absolutely killer.
Smith gets it in quickly, Schwitz, and that's going to do it. We have a foul call, and they're just going to call it off. So that's going to do it. We have played the JV contest here, and the final is 40-37. LaVille comes out with a come-from-behind win. Boy, what a game this was. And like you said, man, we can only hope this is going to be as good as the varsity contest coming up here in just a moment. Take a break. We come back. We'll have our pregame show. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week. John Glenn versus LaVille.
MCF got its start in 2018 with one goal: bring fast, reliable fiber internet to Marshall County. Today, we offer lightning-fast speeds, equal upload and download with no contracts and no install fees. Whether you're working from home or streaming all night, Marshall County Fiber keeps you connected. We might be the new kid on the block, but we're growing fast, just like our internet. Visit marshallfiber.com or call 574-223-2191. MCF, making rural connections possible.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news. Some were skeptical. So we're not going to have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
Time now for the Coca-Cola pregame show.
Back at John Glenn High School, Rusty Nixon with Peyton Skirvin, and a lot of basketball coming up here in just a moment, but we saw a really good JV contest here. Got to hope this game's going to be just as good.
Yeah, I imagine it will be, Rusty. I think you've seen a John Glenn team that's slowly finding their identity. Just looking at their score, they played really well against a New Prairie team that's physical, and it's getting a lot better as well. And then, you got a LaVille team here that's, some young faces, like you said, looking to see who's going to be their scorers, who's going to be their guys to step up. And it should be an exciting matchup. Never an easy place to play here, as we know, Everwise Gymnasium here at John Glenn High School. So,
as you can tell, we've got the band here tonight.
I love it, man. Make it loud, make it an environment. This is what high school sports is all about, Rusty.
You talk about a home court advantage. You can't have a bigger one than you got right here. We're going to take a break. We come back, we'll have our talk with our coaches coming up. It's Max 98.3's Game of the Week. LaVille versus John Glenn.
Date a career in an industry that doesn't slow down? Hoosier Racing Tire in Plymouth, Indiana, is seeking motivated people who believe in quality and want to work in a safe environment. With thorough training provided for all positions, no experience needed. Second, third, and weekend shift production wages start around $20 an hour, with potential at $25 an hour within a year. Quarterly bonuses, paid time off, and health insurance benefits that start on day one. Apply online at HoosierTire.com. That's HoosierTire.com. Hoosier Tire is an equal opportunity employer.
Absolute Plumbing, Heating, Cooling of Plymouth has become one of the leading service companies in northern Indiana. Serving Marshall, Stark, St. Joe, Fulton, LaPorte, Elkhart, and Kosciuszko County since 2014. They specialize in residential, commercial plumbing, heating, and cooling services. They also handle drain cleaning, water heater repair, commercial refrigeration, furnaces, generators, and much more. And they're the area's only York brand dealer. That's why Michiana has made Absolute Heating and Cooling their one-stop shop for service needs. Locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience in the trade. Visit their website at AbsolutePHC.com for complete service information. Absolute Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, the area's top York brand dealer. Coach's Corner brought to you by Marion's University and Silla College.
And in this section of the Marion and Silla College Coaches Show, Michael Edison, the head coach of the LaVille Lancers, joins me. Man, thanks for taking the time. I know you haven't had a ton of a body of work to assess what you're looking at this year, but talk about your team. How do you feel about where you're at?
Well, we played a couple games already, and we've played to Westville and Westview, and to put it simply, Westville was closer to our type of competition, and Westview really took it to us. They shot the ball extremely well, passed extremely well. We shot really poorly that night, so it was very lopsided. But all that to say, I think we can continue to get better, and I think we can have a year that I think the kids will be proud of. But boy, early in the year, I just feel like we're still about a week behind with football getting started a little later. It's just getting all the habits formed and just trying to figure out our identity and figure out what type of team we're going to be is still kind of up in the air. So it'll be a big challenge with Glen Falcons tonight.
Well, let's talk about the Westview game just a little bit, simply because, that's a team that everybody's looking at to go places this year. I got to feel like, in your head, you put it there, because Westview's always one of those teams. You might have put that there just to get a measuring stick of where you're at early.
I was trying to figure out who put it there, Rusty. How did that game get on our schedule?
Go down to Will's office. He probably was. He probably was in charge of it.
Yeah, they just. We had one of our top scorer in LaVille history, in Colin Zarnecki, who graduated last year, and in my opinion, they had a couple guys on their team that were every bit as good as Colin, and that's 2-on-1 team, and they were just very tough. And so it also didn't help that we had some good looks in the first quarter, and we weren't down by a whole lot, but we just couldn't knock down shots. We shot 2 for 19 from 3-point range, and I feel like we're better shooters than that. I don't feel like we're spectacular, but I feel like we can shoot the ball better than that. And, you really have to put it in the hoop. You can do lots of things to kind of try to balance it out some, but at the end of the day, you got to knock down shots.
I'm having this incredible feeling of deja vu. I remember 40 years ago talking to your dad and him saying pretty much the same thing. Good shooting covers up a lot of things.
Oh, it does. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Talk about where you think you're at right now. Are you where you wanted to be?
Oh, no. We're generally, I think we're never really, well, I don't know if I'm ever where I want to be, but I think it's usually after Christmas break when we have a little bit of time, have some games under our belt. We get some multiple practices in a row where we can kind of continue to work on some things, and we've had some games, so we kind of know what things we need to work on. So, but we'll get there. We will, but tonight will be a good measuring stick. Glenn is much improved from last year. They've got shooters on their team, but they're still a little younger yet. They've got juniors, sophomore, but the game that I saw them play, they did a really nice job, and it'll be a battle.
Talk about your guys a little bit. Do you feel you're ahead of the curve, behind the curve, and both offensively and defensively? I got to feel like defense is probably what you're looking
defense,
at now.
We need to pick it up, especially our one-on-one defense. We can't just allow guys to just drive right around us like a direct line to the basket. We got to get them on angles, make them arc around. We got to have, help early and often. And when we get help, then we have to have our rotations down. So, yeah, that definitely needs to pick up. I felt like our offense, though, has been really pretty good. And what do I mean by that, Rusty? I mean our ball movement, our running, our sets, our motion offense. I feel like we've done a good job with that. We just haven't finished it off with knocking the shot down. Yeah. So, and sometimes I feel like, we don't do those other things well, but I feel pretty good with the way the guys are reacting and moving on offense.
Talk about Glenn. You mentioned a little bit about what you saw, but, I saw them play their opening night, obviously, and
okay,
that was a completely different team than the one I saw last year.
Yeah. I thought for sure from the previous year, like Jude Nix was going to be their number one player, and I still think he is. But boy, with DuPont, the coach's son, lefty, they had Messer as a lefty shooter, junior, They just have they just seem like they shoot the ball with confidence. They play well at home. They just play with a lot of emotion. They they got down. What'd they get down? Maybe 14, 16 points to Plymouth, and they didn't give up. They just battled back, cut it to within 4 or so, and just were resilient. So, they just I think I see a lot of enthusiasm from the coaches, on the sideline with Coach DuPont and the other coaches, and they're just it's like they're revitalized.
Yeah. How about your guys? I mean, obviously you got a checklist of things you want to get accomplished tonight. What's on that list?
Well, I always like to be competitive and give ourselves a chance to win the game. And then that includes multiple things, but we gotta, it's kind of cliche, but you just got to take care of the ball. You just can't have careless turnovers, and then get good shot selection, get good high quality possessions. And then, the other thing is just making the other team earn it. If you give up wide open layups or wide open shots and you don't get a hand up or you don't get square on defense, kids are going to hit shots sometimes, but did you make them earn it? Did you try to lower their percentage a little bit, or is it just easy? Because easy is, it's just that. It's easy, and most kids knock down those types of shots. We just want to make them earn it. And lots of times, I stress that with our guys a lot, and I'll ask them, do you think we made them earn it on this possession or this time? And they're usually all like on the same page. They know if we, someone just knocked down a shot, we played a good possession there on defense and they knocked a tough one down. Okay, that happens. So I just say a few of those things, and, you can always throw rebounding in there because that's always key.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, man, I want to thank you for taking the time. I appreciate it. Good luck to you tonight, and we'll see you in a few hours.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Rusty.
Michael Edison, head coach at LaVille.
There's a trend happening around the educational world. More and more high school graduates are attending smaller community colleges to start their educational journey. At Marian University's Ancilla College, we welcome students from all walks of life. The opportunities at Marian University are endless, from living on campus to being a collegiate student athlete. From day one, your professors will help you create a plan for a success at Marian and beyond. Find out more about Marian University's Ancilla College through our website at marian.edu/Ancilla today.
And in this segment of the Marian Ancilla Coaches Show, John DuPont, head coach of the Glen Falcons, joins me. And Ben, I've been looking at your scores, and we saw you play opening night. I just wanted to say both Peyton and myself were like, man, that team is figuring some things out quick, and they're going to be somebody to be dealt with through the year. I feel like they've come a long way.
Yeah, I've been really happy with segments of our game. Right now we're to the point where we're playing in spurts of good basketball and in spurts of not so good basketball, but we're starting to turn the corner though.
I gotta feel like you're probably not terribly unhappy with your offense. You've been putting some points on the board, but defensively, maybe a little bit more than you would like.
Yeah, and we tell our boys every day, right now, we have to play games in the 40s defensively to stay in the game, because our offense is not clicking the way we want it to yet, which is perfectly normal for an early season, newer team and stuff. So our defense has to keep us in the game. And what's hurt us in the first 2 games are turnovers leading into transition points. And that has been the difference in both games we've played.
Turnovers seems to be a bug, but every coach I ever talk to, that's all they talk about, turnovers. But it's empty possessions where you don't even sometimes even have a chance to take a shot.
Yeah, against Plymouth, we had 21 turnovers. So that's 21 extra possessions we gave Plymouth.
Yeah.
Last night at New Prairie, we had 17 turnovers that led to 12 transition points for them. And we lose by 4. So, I mean, just do the math, and you can see both games where we possibly lose those games is in the turnover battle. And we're just not the team that can make up for that yet.
When we talked after the game the other night, or about a week ago, I guess, week and a half ago, you said you're kind of in that phase of looking for a guy to step up and be that point guard that you need. Have you made steps in that way?
Yeah, I think so. You look at someone like Hunter DuPont. First game against Plymouth, first time playing point guard at the varsity level, he has 8 turnovers. Last night against New Prairie, he has 0 turnovers, and they spent most of the second half trapping us.
Yeah.
So I thought he did a very good job of controlling himself and controlling the team and stuff. Got a lot of stuff to work on, but I think he's trending in the right direction.
Yeah, I was going to say, you said you didn't really feel like he had anybody, because Hunter really is a shooter. I mean, honestly, you watch him play, he can score the basketball.
Yeah, and that's that kind of catch-22 when you have a shooter when you have a shooter having to play point guard. The first time he ever, what he does with the ball to begin with is get rid of the ball.
Yeah,
and so that's kind of that problem we're having. But honestly, we have guys around him in Gavin Meyer, Jude Nix, Archer Rust that can do the stuff also that we need to do to score. And honestly, for us to be an effective basketball team, we got to get the ball by the basket with Jude and Archer to be really effective. Then we can kick out to shooters.
I was going to say, Archer is such a great athlete. I mean, he brings that. And Nix is a basketball player. I mean, you got 2 guys down there. And I thought Myers had a nice night the night we saw him.
You know, speaking of Gavin, you know, that was Gavin's, like, he went down the very first practice we had, and he came back the Monday before we played Plymouth. So he had 2 real practices under his belt before he had played Plymouth, and I thought he did a good job. He did really good last night against New Prairie. With Jude and Archer, I mean, they're our horses. They're the ones that have to produce for us down low. But honestly, our guards have to do a better job of getting them the ball. Yeah. And right now, we're not doing that right now very well.
Yeah, I know. Even when I was playing, I was taught, you know, as a point guard, it's not just passing the ball to a guy to score. You have to give him the ball at a point where it's basically just catch and shoot. And that is a difficult thing to do.
It is. And right now, if you watch our offense, we get a little panicked when we get pressured. And that causes us not to wait long enough for our post to get where he needs to be to post up. So by the time they get to where they need to be, we're already slinging the ball around. And our offense can't get into any kind of flow and stuff. And as I'm sitting here talking to you, I'm putting together the practice plan for this afternoon, and that's the one thing we're going to focus on offensively is just slowing down and waiting.
And you know, you've got guys that have some varsity, but they're still young. I mean, you know, and that something like that, I feel like comes with experience.
100%. I mean, outside of Hunter DuPont and Jude Nix, and a little bit of Matt Parrish, we have 5 guys that are playing their first varsity minutes this year, outside of 2 or 3 minutes here and there last season. Yeah. But first extended varsity minutes in games that matter, they're playing their first experience. And I can't be more proud of what they're doing early. And the mistakes that we're making are easily fixed, just because it's going to take a little bit of time to get them to slow down in their heads.
Yeah. And you know, you say that it makes perfect sense to me. They talk about it on all the NFL games and everything. Quarterback becomes good when the game slows down. The game slows down. I hear that all the time, and that seems like exactly what you're telling me.
It is, and any coach will tell you. Any coach will tell you that. Any player, if they're honest with you, will tell you when they first start moving up a level, man, that speed is just different. And I don't care if you're going from 8th grade to freshman to JV, or JV to varsity. The speed is always different.
Yeah.
And it just takes a little bit for that game speed to catch up with you. And before you know it, it's just second nature.
Let's talk a little bit about LaVille. I haven't really looked in depth at them yet, but I feel like they're probably a pretty tough team to get a handle on. They lost some really key pieces, but Michael's he's gonna fill those with people. What do you see when you look at them?
Well, you know as well as I do, any Edison coached basketball team, they have that mentality of the next man up.
Yeah.
Just when you think they're going to be down, you look at their game film and you're like, well, they're not that down. And I know they had a rough game against Westview, but that's a 12-9 game at the end of the first quarter, and they're playing really well. They're always going to be tough. They're going to screen you constantly. They're going to take good shots when they want to take the shots. And that's the hardest thing about playing a LaVille basketball team is you're not going to get them out of their game. And that is hard for some kids to understand, that we may have to slow down a little bit, play at that pace, which we should be comfortable playing at.
What do you think you guys got to do tonight if you're going to come away with a win?
Oh, it's got to be, we got to limit our turnovers. And I know that's just coach cliche talk, but when you have 21 turnovers, 17 turnovers in back-to-back games, and you lose 2 to 4 possession ball games, that's everything. I mean, we've lost 2 games by a total of 6 possessions, and it comes down to turnovers. And so if we can protect the basketball and continue to play our defense, I'll put us up. I'll say we'll be competitive with just about anybody we play.
Well, Coach, I want to thank you for taking the time. I appreciate it, and we will see you on Friday night.
All right. Can't wait to see you guys.
John DuPont, head coach at John Glenn, and we will be right back.
Johnson Danielson Funeral Home has been established in the community of Plymouth since 1879, and its staff is committed to providing care that goes beyond the expected in serving today's families who call Marshall County their home. They welcome families seeking options and alternative ways to pay tribute to someone, from burial packages to pre-planning to planning a checklist. The professionals, along with caring staff at Johnson Danielson, are available to assist your family 24 hours a day by simply calling 574-936-2829. Visit their website at johnsondanielson.com for a complete list of services. Johnson Danielson Funeral Home. Service beyond expectation.
Here's the keys to the game.
Back at keys to the game is being able to hear yourself think.
No
in this
kidding.
place.
Oh, my goodness.
We are back at John Glenn High School. Rusty Nixon with Peyton Skirvin. Keys to the game. I got to feel turnovers are going to be a big part of it.
Yeah, especially for Glenn. I mean, you heard your coach talk about it there in the pregame show that, they just can't turn the ball over the way they have if they expect to win this game. LaVille will be too good in transition. Now, LaVille wants to play slow, but if they get turnovers, they will get layups the other way. And then I think on the other side, for LaVille, the key is finding your identity, right? This is a good night for LaVille to kind of figure out what kind of team they want to be, who are they going to play through. You heard Coach Edison talking about working off that football rust, right? Some of these football players. And so, we'll see if LaVille's able to find that identity here tonight.
Let's take a look at our starting lineup for LaVille. It'll be Travis Madondo, Andre Gonzalez, Lance Edison, who had a big night the other night, Ryan Mannett, and Braden Foster for Glenn. Gavin Myers, Hunter DePont. Jude Nix is the guy to watch. Matt Parrish and Arthur Rust will be the other guys down there at the baseline as the lights go to some kind of mood lighting. I like basketball.
Sets the stage.
It's going to be Edison jumping the center. He'll be jumping against Nix. Those are the 2 guys you got to watch on the floor tonight. Those are your 2 best players.
Yeah, 2 really good athletes, Rusty.
Yeah, we're about ready to go here at John Glenn, and a whistle. Not sure what that's about. They're going to say I think they're going to say that Lance hit that on the way up, so it's going to be, no, not the other way around.
Nick's hit it on the way up.
Nick's hit it on the way up, so it's going to be LaVille basketball. We haven't even started the clock yet. We already have a call. So Madondo has it, top of the key, works right side, has Manu at the free throw line, back to Madondo on the left side, goes on over to Foster. We know Braden from football. Edison into the block, trying to get something going with Gonzalez. He'll turn and shoot the hook shot. No good. Rebound comes down to
stolen back
Nix.
by Foster, Rusty.
Stolen away by Foster. First turnover is Glenn's. 3 by Madondo, no good. Edison with the rebound, takes it to the bucket, lays it in. Lance Edison, first points of the rebound bucket. It's 2-0 LaVille. And just like that, thrown out of bounds, trying to get down the floor. Glenn turns it over.
Yeah, 2 quick turnovers for Glenn. Exactly what we said cannot happen, Rusty. They got to settle in here.
Madondo brings it across, working top of the key against Hunter DuPont. Now he's tied up, needs help. Has it on the right side. It's Gonzalez, top of the key, Manu. Looks left side, Madondo off the screen, loses a handle, gets it back, gets it to Edison. He'll work left side, tries to drive, gets to the baseline, cut off. Has Manu back to Edison in the corner for 3, no good. Rebound on the floor, bodies flying everywhere. Looks like Edison's going to get a foul.
Yeah, good job boxing out there. Led to Edison getting that foul. When you have that positioning on the defensive glass, Rusty, good things happen.
Archer Rust was able to get position. He'll get the rebound and draw the foul. 2-0 Bill. Glenn will have it in. Bringing it across is DuPont, working right side. He'll get it on the baseline. Rust looking for somewhere to go, drives it. Pass deflected. Nix picks it up, puts it in. How did he even see the basket?
No idea. It's a high-level take. Good job finishing. Gets 2 feet inside and finds a way.
Knew where he was, just turned around, had it in the air, and it's tied at 2. LaVille with it now. 6:19 to play in the first. Gonzalez, wild pass. Edison able to chase it down. Thought about the shot, gives it up on the baseline to Foster. Shot is blocked down there by Nix. It's going to stay LaVille basketball, or Glenn basketball, but good job by Nix to get over there and get the shot blocked.
Yeah, it's fun to watch LaVille run offense at times, Rusty. They'll just keep moving it until they get the shot they want. It seems like, Edison getting a good shot is probably the shot they want.
6:02 to play. Lob pass. Madondo on the right block. Decides better of it, gets it to Gonzalez, top of the key. He'll drive it to the paint, kicks it over to Foster. Madondo thought about the 3, should have taken it. He traveled on the way to the basket.
I don't know what. Coach DuPont's upset about something. I'm not sure what he saw.
But he was having a coaching moment, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was for sure. Gotta love it, man. High intensity. Both these coaches will be.
Tied at 2. Left side, DuPont gives it up to Parrish. Now top of the key to Myers. He'll take it to DuPont on the block to Rust. Has it knocked out of his hands into the hands of Gonzalez. Tries to go coast to coast. He'll succeed.
I don't know how he
Andre
made that.
Gonzalez with a bucket.
Just floated through the lane.
4-2 now, LaVille. Right side, Nix kills it. Needs some help. Gets it from Parrish. On the block, ball knocked out of his hand, and it'll belong to LaVille. They say it went off the hand of a Glenn player. Messer will come on. James Messer will be out for his first time. Going to the bench will be Parrish, and Rust will take a break as well, as Alexander will come on. 4-2. Ball comes in to Glenn. Myers has it to Messer. Nix knocked down in the paint. He jumped to catch that pass and went flying a little bit further than he intended. And it'll be Glenn ball underneath. Is that foul?
Good collision there.
Going to be on Madondo, his first. Madondo giving up a lot of size. I know why he was trying to get some physical presence there. Ball in the hands of Nix. He gets fouled again trying to go to the bucket. Manu will get it this time.
Well, I got Foster on this one, Rusty.
Oh, it's Foster. That'll be his first.
Tell you what, that kid had a heck of a football season, didn't he?
Oh, man. He's a heck of a football player. Taking it out underneath will be Hunter DuPont. Trying to find somebody. He needs some help quickly here. He'll toss it out deep, gets it into the hands of Messer. James Messer gets away with 2 steps. Sure he'll be okay with that. DuPont all alone for 3, in and out. Rebound comes down to Gonzalez. Whistle. Not sure what that's about.
They got Messer for a little reach in there. And not one of those fouls you like. You know, you're as far away from the basket as you can be. You get back on defense.
So James Messer picks up his first foul. 4-2 our score. LaVille with the lead. They have the ball. Madando has Gonzalez back to Madando. Right side Edison. Manhood underneath. Foster all alone. What a block by Messer. And the rebound comes down to DuPont.
A couple of nice blocks by Glenn so far here tonight.
Messer with the block there. Down low.
Oh,
DuPont
right face.
has the pass knocked away. Nix recovers it. Myers, right side Alexander. Hands it off to DuPont, gives it back to Myers. Messer on the left wing. Looking in the middle, nothing there. They come all the way around right wing into the corner. Alexander.
Great ball movement.
Gets it to the block. Messer with a head fake. Goes up, lays it up, lays it in.
That's a great offensive possession out of Glenn there. Couple ball reversals.
And then on the pass down the floor, Nix gets in the way of it, knocks it out of bounds. It'll stay LaVille basketball. We're tied at 4. 4:06 to play in the first. LaVille brings it in. Madando, right side. Looking for somewhere to go, and he'll get up back to the top to Manhood. Goes top of the key, Madando, left side, Edison, and DuPont, I think, is going to get the foul. That's patented Edison, too, on that screen, just coming in and setting it a little bit late and getting there before the defender does, and you get the foul on him. So DuPont will get his first foul.
And Coach DuPont's letting him know he's not happy about it either.
Foster gets the inbound out near the top of the key. Gives it up to Manhood. He'll work to the middle, hands it to Edison. His shot fake, he'll have it knocked out of his hands. And Myers and Foster went for it at the same time. Myers learned out you're not going to move Foster if he's on that spot first.
Yeah, another great collision, man. We've had a couple.
Foster went to the spot. Myers just went down like a rag doll. Pass comes in. Edison with the bucket on the inbound play. Once again, I've seen that inbound play 100,000 times.
Screen the screener, man. It works.
4 points for Edison. Foster on the floor after it. Takes it away from Nix. On the break, Gonzalez to Madando. And it gets away from him. Tries to save it back in. Got a little bit ahead of themselves. Gonzalez trying to make that touch pass. Had it a little too far ahead of Madando, so LaVille will turn it back over after getting the turnover. 6-4, LaVille with the lead.
Interesting to note, LaVille has not touched the bench yet, Rusty. We'll see what their depth looks like here.
DuPont working top of the key. Nothing there. He'll give it up to Rust back on the floor. Now to Myers. Back to Rust in the corner. Drives it to the baseline. Has Nix alone. Knocked out of his hands by Edison. Recovered by Messer. Gets it back to Nix. And he'll score it. Good job by Glenn to not give up on the play. Tied at 6 now. 2:46. Gonzalez to the bucket. Misses the shot. Rebound in the hands of Messer. Glenn will have it back. Nix with it now. Left side to Myers. Looking top of the key. Nothing there. He'll drive it. Gets to the baseline. Hands it off to Messer. Double teamed in the corner. Foster knocks it out of his hands. Lobbying for it to go to Glenn, but not going to win that one.
Lots of lobbying here tonight, Rusty.
There'll be a lot of lobbying before it's over with, that's for sure.
Yeah, fans aren't too riled up yet, but the coaches and players sure are.
It's going to get there. Hunter Howard takes the inbound. He's on the floor for the first time tonight for Glenn. Has Myers on the right side. Looking to the middle. Hands it off to Messer. Now Howard Back to Myers. He'll get it to Howard in the corner. Tries top of the key. Edison there takes it instead. Lays it in. 2 more points for LaVille.
Yeah, he saw that one coming all the way. He knew he was getting a free one on that. Good vision on defense.
Steal and a bucket for Lance Edison makes it 8-6 LaVille. Howard. Cut off. He'll get it to Messer. He'll work to the middle. Underneath Messer. With a left-handed jumper. Puts it in. James Messer with 4 points off the bench already. 8-8. Minute 38 here. Left side Gonzalez. Top of the key Foster. Bodies falling in the paint. No call. Madondo for 3. No good. Messer with a rebound. His second. Minute 24 to play in the first. Glenn and LaVille tied at 8 as Foster jumps into the passing lane, knocks it out of bounds. It'll stay. LaVille ball. Liam Amore comes on for the first time tonight.
Freshman getting some minutes here for Coach Edison's squad.
Pass comes in. We got a whistle. Not sure what this is about. It's away from the ball. And it looks like Nix is going to get called for a offensive foul underneath, trying to get some room. So Jude Nix will get his first foul. And coming back to the floor, Matt Parrish, as Archer Rust will take a break for Glenn. Minute 18, 8-8, LaVille and Glenn here at John Glenn. Gonzalez will bring it across right side to Edison. Gives it back to Gonzalez on the block. Spin, fall away jumper. No good. Rebound to Messer, his third already coming off the bench. He's also got 4 points this quarter.
Oh, my.
Myers from way downtown, no good.
Ooh.
Rebound is on the floor, bodies flying everywhere.
That was, wow. That was a shoulder straight into a chest, and it didn't seem on purpose, one of those incidental contact plays, but man, Rusty, both teams play hard, especially when the ball is in the air.
Both going for the ball. I think was it Foster?
I don't know if it was. If it was Foster, he might have been.
Foster and Nix that were both just collided.
If it was Foster, I'm surprised he's still alive.
Yeah, got that right. 44 seconds. Braden Foster with it, top of the key. Edison trying to drive left side, gets to the block, gets to the paint, and gets fouled. He'll shoot a couple of free throws.
Man, he's really good at driving baseline, Rusty. Just finding that space, creating, and then getting your shoulder square and being strong with it. It's an art to be able to do that. And I'm really surprised that one didn't go in. It looked pretty good going up.
36 seconds here in the first. Edison, his first shot is no good.
Dad just threw up a little bit, I think, every time he misses a free throw.
I imagine so. I would think so. He's got 6 points. Trying for 7 here. We're tied at 8. That one is nothing but net. 9-8 LaVille. 35 seconds. Glenn with the ball. They'll bring it across, trying to take the lead back at the end of the quarter. Nix looking in the middle. Nothing there. He'll drive it there. Cut off. Gets the ball into the hands of Rust. Now DuPont. Shot fake. Drives it. Gives it up to Howard. To Parrish. In the corner to Nix on the left side. Back to Parrish. Top of the key pass stolen by Gonzalez. Reverse layup won't go down. Rebound in the hands of Parrish. Missed opportunity on the 6th turnover.
Traveled.
And now another one, a travel.
Glenn, man, if they could just stop turning the ball over, Rusty, they would just be in such better shape.
7 turnovers now already.
They're playing really well besides the turnovers. Just a couple times out of control, a little too fast.
0.1 seconds left here. Catch and shoot time is about all they got. They're not even going to try that. Pass comes in, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. We'll go to the second. LaVille holding a 1-point lead, 9-8. We'll be right back. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
At Marshall County REMC, they are more than just your electric provider. They're your neighbors, your partners, and your connection to a brighter future. Since 1936, they have been powering homes, farms, and businesses with reliable service, innovative energy solutions, and a commitment to our community that never wavers. It's not just about keeping the lights on, it's about keeping our community strong. Marshall County REMC, powering progress, powering you. Learn more at marshallremc.com.
When it comes to your money, you want a bank that understands you. At First Federal Savings Bank, we offer more than just a place to deposit your paycheck. We're here for you every step of your journey. Need a loan for that new dream home? We've got you covered. Looking to save for the future? Let's make it happen together. From personal banking to business banking, we offer full-service solutions tailored to your needs, online, in person, or over the phone. No matter where you are, we're with you every step of the way. First Federal Savings Bank, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best. Borrowers must meet underwriting guidelines. First Federal Savings Bank is FDIC insured and equal housing lender. NMLS number 399927.
Back at John Glenn High School, Rusty Nix and Peyton Skirvin, 9-8 our score. LaVille with the lead over Glenn. Here for the second quarter call, my partner, Peyton Skirvin.
Appreciate it. Rusty back here at Everwise Gymnasium. Glenn ball coming out here in the second half. Nix looking to attack inside. He's going to finish straight. Oh, he misses the easy bunny at the rim. LaVille back the other way quickly. It's Edison on the right side looking to set up the offense. Bobbles, keeps it alive and ends up attacking inside. Foul, count the bucket. Great job by Edison to just keep it alive. Goes inside, finishes through Myers, and gets the contact and one. They're actually going to call the foul on. Oh, they're going to call it on Rust there, Rusty.
Call it on Rust.
Yeah, it's still only his first. Both teams seen a lot of fouls so far, but nothing crazy. Going to be Edison here at the line shooting one. And he finishes the and one.
He's got 10 points already.
Yeah, not a surprise, Rusty. He's a good player. DuPont back the other way quickly, swings it right side. Looking inside, they find Rust. Rust back outside. That's Howard in off the bench. Howard dribbles up top of the key. Swings it left side back to Nix. Nix looking for cutters. Attacks middle, kicks out another deep three from Myers. This one's going to go. You can tell he's got the confidence. Rusty keeps firing him up from deep, and that's why.
We saw that in game one. He was not ashamed to take a shot, and he buries that one.
Back the other way is LaVille setting up the offense. A couple guys in off the bench for the first time. Edison still handling it. Swings it up top to Manhout. Pivots, dribbles, back over to Edison. Edison drives inside, stops at the elbow, kicks it back outside. LaVille swinging the ball back and forth, back to Edison at the top of the key. He's going to pull it. Little short. Offensive rebound, Manhout back to Edison. Edison kicks it out. Corner three, that's a little short. Rebound to Myers. Myers back the other way. Howard slows him down, going to get Glenn back into their offense. 12-11 game with 6.5 here remaining at Glenn. Right side, that's DuPont into the corner. That's Myers. Myers back out to DuPont, swings it right side. Nix swings it back to the left side. Holding it there. Looking inside. DuPont kicks it out to Nix. Nix drives inside, right side. Misses again. Put back no good. Tipped out, kept alive by Myers. Myers defended closely, a lot of ball pressure. Looks inside for Russ, just a little too much. Ends up in the front row of the student section, and yet another turnover for Glenn, Rusty.
That's one thing you're going to see from LaVille is ball pressure. As Gonzalez comes back, gives Manhood a break. But one thing you notice, too, Lance Edison, you can tell he's a coach's kid because he passes up shots that anybody else on this floor would probably take, looking for the perfect shot
without a doubt,
instead of a good one.
That's the LaVille offense, too. Edison inside, looks for Foster. He's going to find him. Foster finishes the bunny. Finally gets one to go. He's had a couple blocked inside. Back quickly the other way is Glenn. Quickly to the corner. Nobody was on Messer. Nobody was on Howard, and he just throws it away. Sometimes you're just moving too quickly, Rusty.
I don't know if you were watching Coach Edison down there. I thought Michael was going to jump on the floor and play defense because he's down there trying to get somebody
Those
to
instincts
come.
kicked in, Rusty, I'll tell you.
He saw him down there in the corner. He's down there right behind him. I thought he was going to turn around and just play him.
It's going to be Rust inbounding from the corner. Cross screen from Glenn, gets it into DuPont. DuPont looking for something inside. Going to dribble it a couple times, still looking. Cutter's going both ways, finds the wide open man. That's Alexander wide open for three, no good. Offensive rebound for Glenn, battled inside. Rust can't get it to go. Foster with the rebound, and it's LaVille coming back the other way. That's a Moore handling it. Back to Foster. Back over to Gonzalez, who just checked back in. Senior. Kicks it out to Mendondo. No good, but he's fouled on the three. And that's a tough one for the coach's kid, Rusty. DuPont fouls him. That's going to be his second, and just never a foul that you want to give up outside the arc.
Yeah, but that's a foul that I think that LaVille probably practices every night.
Without a doubt,
That shot went up and he went straight down. There was very little contact, if any.
Oh, it's on the ground after the shot?
Whoa, I don't know how that could even be.
I'm not sure either. It's going to be Skiles for LaVille taking it out. The junior, 6'1", getting his first minutes here tonight.
Kicker on the football team.
Oh, is he really?
Him. Yeah.
He looks like a kicker, doesn't he? Long legs. Madondo gets the inbound, looks right side, finds Gonzalez for the open three. Oh, nothing but net.
That's a cold take.
He is cold-blooded, Rusty. We watched him last year. He'll do that sometimes, man. Bringing up the court is Howard. Howard gets him into the offense. Right side, swung to the corner. That's Myers looking for somebody inside. Gets it to the high post, Alexander, and Coach DuPont's seen enough for right now. He's going to take a timeout.
Well, let's take a timeout as well. 4:51 to play here in the first half. 17-11 LaVille. We'll be right back.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news. Some were skeptical. So we're not going to have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
Back at Everwise Gymnasium here at John Glenn High School. I call it the world's loudest shoebox. World's loudest shoebox. Tell you what, they pack them in here and they get loud, Rusty. It's a fun place to watch a game.
Yeah, I've said it 100,000 times. This is one of the best home court advantages in basketball.
And Glenn looking to get some points here out of that timeout, Rusty. Down 6, 17-11, 4:50 left here in the second. See what they draw up. They look corner for Myers. Myers inside. Look for Nixon, who's tipped away and stolen by Foster. Man, he's good on the defense.
He is very athletic.
Back to Foster up top. He's going to play that, point big role. Swung up top. That's Skiles still in the game. Looks to drive right side. Nothing there. Looks inside for Gonzalez. Gonzalez posting up back to the basket. Kicks it out to 14. That's a Moore. He's going to pull it. Can't get it to go. Tried to get his offensive rebound, but it ends up in the hands of Nix, who looks forward to Howard. Howard being that main point guard with DuPont on the bench with those two fouls, Rusty, and trying to get this Glenn offense going. Looks right side to Nix. Nix looks inside. Swings it up top. That's Alexander dribbling a couple times. Back to Nix inside. Man, they're really trying to get Rust in there. They had that mismatch on Madondo and just couldn't quite get it to him.
That's something that we talked with John DuPont about after the game the other night. Howard is really more of a pure point guard than Hunter DuPont, but they're waiting for him to work into that role. Hasn't had a lot of experience, so until he gets there, it's probably going to be a little bit of a dual situation for them.
Without a doubt, Gonzalez left side, he's going to get a one-on-one attack. Fouled as he got there, Russ. He's got a good first step and, just beat him around. I think they're going to get Howard on this one.
Hunter Howard was the defender.
Gonzalez, man, he's that lefty dribble, right? He gets that baseline and just attacks quickly.
Yeah, it's something we've seen, and now Foster going to take a seat as Manhoot comes back, but that over the years, that Edison high post where you bring that center out and put him at the free throw line and run everything off of him.
When you got somebody that can pass like that big
exactly.
Makes sense.
That's what they look for, is that big guy who can pass and really, handle the ball a little bit himself. I'm not sure what the discussion is here.
Gonzalez triggering the inbound here. A screen, the screener look out of LaVille, can't find it. They do end up getting inside. Edison left side. Dribbles behind the back, picks it up, swings it right side, back to Gonzalez on the wing. Gonzalez attacks middle, kick out to Madondo. He's going to take another three, this one off again. Rebound, tipped forward to Russ, all the way across front court. Can't finish the layup again. Rebound, back to Russ. Looking for somewhere to go. Stolen by Madondo at the top of the key. Madondo one-on-one the other way. Attacks, looks to finish with the finger roll, can't. Offensive rebound and good. That's Manhout, the big man inside. Grabs the offensive board and puts it back in.
It's kind of ill-advised by Madondo.
Really
He really
was.
didn't have numbers. He was guarded up pretty good, tried to force it anyway, but Mano did a great follow.
Myers the quick three the other way. Doesn't get it to go. Offensive rebound off Madondo's head. I think this is going to stay here. It is. It's going to be Glenn Ball. That was Alexander hustling for it and threw it back in off the easy.
Alexander tried to throw back in, and Madondo got a hand on it, and it went up in the air and came back down right on top of his head.
Could have done that 100 times. 100 tries if you tried to, Rusty. That's DuPont back in with 2 fouls, triggering the inbound into Myers. Myers back to Howard. Howard up top and a 5-out look for Glenn. Goes right side to Myers. LaVille answering with a 3-2 zone here, it appears. Swinging it around to the outside is Glenn. Attacking right. Messer looks for somewhere to go. He finds Myers on the wing. Over to Nix. Nix looking for a cutter. No one there. Back out to Myers. Top of the key. Swung around to Messer. Messer attacks inside. Kicks it out. That's Nix for a deep three. Good from the corner. Glenn needed something to stop the bleeding, and they got it. LaVille back the other way. Looking for something offensively. 19-14. 2:30 to play here in the second. Top of the key. Skiles swings it over. Back to the top of the key. That's Edison driving inside. Looks to finish, can't get it. It's blocked inside by Nix. Quickly the other way, that's Howard. Nowhere to go, kicks it back outside. Glenn's going to reset the offense here. Over to Nix, down into the corner, back to Nix. Nix is going to pull another three. No good, too long off the backboard. Rebounded by Manhout. Up quickly to Madondo. Madondo looking right side. Swings it back up top to Manhout. Manhout to the wing. Finds Gonzalez for the open three, no good. And then looks like that one bounced off. What do you call that, Rusty? The Stanyard up there?
The Stanyard.
You got to love it. And that's going to send the ball back the other way for Glenn.
Nick Cheney making his presence known again. The Stanyard.
Glenn got it back down to 5 here with 1:45, Rusty. And the scoring's kind of gone down a little bit, but the defense has definitely been there on both sides. DuPont bringing it up, middle of the court. Looking right side, triggering the offense. Stolen away by Foster, tipped into the hands of Gonzalez. Pass ahead to Manhout, can't make the layup. And Glenn's going to look to push quickly back the other way before the defense can get set up. That's Myers, right side. Dribbles, back to the top of the key, back to the guard. Howard swung left side to DuPont. DuPont attacks inside, can't get the bunny to go. A lot of missed bunnies here in the second quarter, Rusty.
I have got to cue it up to the defensive intensity of both teams. I mean, there isn't anything that isn't contested right now.
Nowhere
Passes,
to breathe.
Nothing.
Madondo facing some ball pressure here, gets it across half court, swings it left side to Gonzalez. Gonzalez top of the key to Edison. Edison looking to make something happen, attacks right side. Swung back up top to Gonzalez. Over to Edison in the corner. Shot fakes. Drop off pass to Foster. Foster's going to go up. He's going to miss another one and close. Gets his own rebound. Misses again. Gets fouled from behind going up for the third time. Lots of missed opportunities at the bucket, but persistence is key, and Foster going to have 2 looks at the free ones at the charity stripe here.
Foster's just that athlete in there.
He is. He's still got that farmer's tan from the summer, too. It's unbelievable, man. That's how you know he's a worker.
You know he's a worker. He probably didn't have the shoulder pads off for the entire summer either.
Oh, without a doubt. See if he can knock down a couple free ones here, extend LaVille's lead with 49 seconds left here in the second. Foster, the first one is up, and it is good. Nothing but net. Not sure it even got close touch in the rim.
He's got 3.
20-14. Late second quarter here at John Glenn High School. LaVille looking to extend their lead. Foster at the line. Second one is up, and it is out. We're going to have a rebounding foul. Looks like that's going to be Manhout. Went over the back. Called displacement. Goes through his back there, Rusty. And probably a good call.
Wasn't any doubt about that. Now we're going to get some full court pressure from LaVille.
Surprised it took this long. LaVille likes to mix it up defensively. Probably not as settled in as they want to so far yet, but taking the inbound is Nix. Nix looking for somewhere to go. Finds the coach's kid, DuPont. DuPont back to Nix. Stolen away, but dribbled out of bounds.
You know, I know this is the same press we used to run when I was 14 years old.
The old run and jump, right?
But the thing about it is you see Foster telling him, let him have the ball right there on that wing. That's where they want it to come in.
Going quickly the other way is DuPont. DuPont looking for somewhere to go. Picks up his dribble back up top. That's Howard. Howard left side. Over to Myers. Myers working the offense on the wing. Dribble, swings up to Messer, top of the key. Swung back to the corner. That's Howard again in the corner. Dribbles a couple times, finds his cutter inside. That's Nix. Looked like he was fouled inside going up. No whistle, no lay. Back the other way quickly is Edison, and he dribbles it. Oh, no, it looks like
it stays Glenn ball.
It looked like he dribbled it out of bounds.
LaVille ball.
But they're calling a deflection here. 16.8 to play here in the second. 20-14 LaVille, low-scoring affair. Quick lob into Edison. Edison inside, dribbles once, faces, finishes. Over that left shoulder, that's just a high-level finish. DuPont needs to go quickly here for Glenn. 7 seconds here. Down 8. Up quickly. Need a shot. That's Myers. He's going to kick it over quickly. Messer cannot hit the buzzer beater from the wing, and that's going to keep it at 22-14 with LaVille on top heading into halftime here from Everwise Gymnasium. We'll take a quick break here, and we'll see you after the break.
When it comes to your money, you want a bank that understands you. At First Federal Savings Bank, we offer more than just a place to deposit your paycheck. We're here for you every step of your journey. Need a loan for that new dream home? We've got you covered. Looking to save for the future? Let's make it happen together. From personal banking to business banking, we offer full-service solutions tailored to your needs, online, in person, or over the phone. No matter where you are, we're with you every step of the way. First Federal Savings Bank. We don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best. Borrowers must meet underwriting guidelines. First Federal Savings Bank is FDIC insured and equal housing lender. NMLS number 399927.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news. Some were skeptical. So we're not going to have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
Who doesn't like pizza, right? But have you tried the pizza at Bourbon Street Pizza lately? More fresh ingredients and a new pizza sauce recipe. It's like a slice of heaven each and every time you take a bite. And now there's 16 new style of pizzas for you to choose from on the menu. And let's not forget the mouth-watering wings or their 5 different pasta dishes to choose from. Bourbon Street Pizza with area locations in Plymouth, Culver, Argus, Walkerton, Napanee, and in Bourbon. If you're looking for a quick and delicious dinner for the entire family to enjoy, look no further than a Bourbon Street Pizza location near you.
In a world where there's so many ways to get your news, stay connected by finding out information about your school, local news, along with sports and current events. With a subscription to the Pilot News, they bring you everything you need to know right at your fingertips or on your doorstep. Call Circulation today and ask for their monthly special. Call 574-936-3101 today. Pilot News, Marshall County's news source since 1851.
Looking for a stable career in an industry that doesn't slow down? Hoosier Racing Tire in Plymouth, Indiana is seeking motivated people who believe in quality and want to work in a safe environment. With thorough training provided for all positions, no experience needed. Second, third, and weekend shift production wages start around $20 an hour with potential at $25 an hour within a year. Quarterly bonuses, paid time off, and health insurance benefits that start on day one. Apply online at HoosierTire.com. That's HoosierTire.com. Hoosier Tire is an equal opportunity employer.
It's the Big B Coffee Halftime Show.
Well, we're back here at John Glenn High School, the loudest place on earth right now. We've talked about this for years. Nick Cheney and I used to talk about this all the time. When the pep band is here, it is a completely different game. It's a completely different atmosphere.
It is, Rusty, and it's part of what makes high school sports great. And you see it in the college game too. Those college football games have just got the band constantly going, and it gets you an energy. It really, you're a music guy. You know how it goes, man. Music can add something to the environment, and the atmosphere in here tonight has been incredible.
It definitely makes a difference. So all you band directors out there, all you band folks, don't think the players don't recognize it. They appreciate it when you're there. There is just a drastic difference in the atmosphere in the gym when you've got your band there. Here, it's already a huge home court advantage when they're here. I don't know how people hear anything in a timeout on the bench. It's got to be almost impossible.
Yeah, Rusty, and I think it's it contributes to a chaos at times, right, on the court. And I think part of that, Glenn has played a little into the chaos a little too much, right, with those turnovers. And LaVille has played into that chaos as well, right? We've seen a lot of back and forth without any buckets coming out of it. And so I think both coaches right now are talking to their teams. Guys, let's settle down, man. I mean, we've both played great defense. Let's just get some shots on the offensive end.
Glenn had 7 turnovers in that first quarter alone, only 2 then in the second quarter. LaVille with just 2 tonight. So that's really been the difference in this game at 22-14 is LaVille's ability to push those turnovers. And something we've heard John DuPont talk about for 2 weeks now, we cannot continue to turn the ball over.
Yeah, and it's as a coach, it's frustrating because you emphasize it, and then you're relying on 15 and 16-year-old and 17-year-old kids to go out and execute against a high-level opponent. And sometimes that's a lot easier said than done, no matter how much that preparation you put in. Sometimes you just need the reps to get used to it. And you're seeing a Glenn team that's starting to get their feet under themselves, seeing some kids that are starting to find their identity and their roles on this team.
I was going to say that's what it becomes. I mean, there ain't anybody that came here tonight wanting to make a turnover. It just, when you got a Michael Edison or Jack Edison or whatever Edison coach team, they're going to play that kind of defense that's going to force you into positions on the floor you don't want to be on.
Yep.
They're going to force you to do things with the ball you don't want to do, and that's what it leads to.
It does, Rusty. That being said, Glenn has played good enough defense on their own end, which we've seen this season. They played well on the defensive end, and it's kept them in this game, right? You're only down 8 despite scoring 14 first-half points. And you hopefully can live with that.
Let's run down the scoring real quick for LaVille. It is Andre Gonzalez with 5 points. Lance Edison had 12 in that first half. Couple of rebounds to go along with that, an assist and a steal. Ryan Manhood had a bucket for 2. He also had 3 rebounds. And Braden Foster had 3 points, 3 boards, and a steal. All of that in the second quarter. Glenn on the other side, Gavin Myers had that long 3. He's got a couple of rebounds to go with it. Jude Nix with 7 points. He's got a couple of rebounds. And James Messer with 4 points. He's got 3 rebounds. So that's your scoring in the first quarter or first half. And not a lot of points on the board, but we didn't really expect a lot.
No, we didn't, Rusty. We expected a physical game, a fun game, and where points are at a premium and so are possessions. So you got to start valuing the ball just a little bit more if you're both these teams.
Take a break. We come back. We'll have more of our halftime show. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week. Halftime score of LaVille leads Glenn 22-14.
McDonald's restaurants in Plymouth and Bremen, Indiana are now owned and operated by local residents Bill and Flo Bolt. Bolt Enterprises are proud to own and operate all 4 McDonald's restaurants in Marshall County. Become part of the McDonald's family today with Bolt Enterprises McDonald's. Absolute Plumbing, Heating, Cooling of Plymouth has become one of the leading service companies in northern Indiana, serving Marshall, Stark, St. Joe, Fulton, LaPorte, Elkhart, and Kosciuszko County since 2014. They specialize in residential, commercial plumbing, heating, and cooling services. They also handle drain cleaning, water heater repair, commercial refrigeration, furnaces, generators, and much more. And they're the area's only York brand dealer. That's why Michiana has made Absolute Heating and Cooling their one-stop shop for service needs. Locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience in the trade. Visit their website at absolutephc.com for complete service information. Absolute Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, the area's top York brand dealer.
Back at John Glenn High School, Rusty Nixon along with Peyton Skirvin as we wind down our halftime show. Some other games in progress don't have any scores. Why would I expect Max Preps to have scores on their score page? I don't get it.
Rusty, I think you're asking for way too much.
Way too much. LaPorte and Plymouth underway, and that's going on back at Plymouth. Reminder, we will be at Plymouth next week on Tuesday night It's Bremen at Plymouth, the game that was postponed from earlier. We'll get to see Chase Devine, one of the best players in the state of Indiana that plays for Bremen. They're having a great start, and they will play Plymouth on Tuesday, and we'll be there for that one. Over on the mothership, Knox and North Judson are underway tonight. The only thing I can say is, people who think that Plymouth and Warsaw is a rivalry, they either need to go to Knox Judson or to Marion St. Joe. They'll find out what a real rivalry is. That's probably a bloodbath over there. Argus and West Central also underway tonight, and that's really pretty much all the local action that we have going on. But here, I got to agree with you. Glenn's played well enough defensively to be ahead in this game. They just got to get that stop thing going on here.
Yeah, and it's tough to do against the LaVille team, right? Because at some point they're going to hit you with a set where they feel pretty good about getting a basket, or they're going to play really solid defense on that end. So, it's a challenge, to this young team of John Glenn. A couple things, can you stop turning the ball over and get yourself shots to the basket, and can you stop Michael Edison? Lance Edison. Well, gosh.
Same thing. Same
Lance,
difference.
Michael, Jack,
it's really funny. They are really similar kinds of players, too.
Are they?
Thinking back to the day when I covered Michael when he was playing. And what I loved about him, though? He's one of those guys that you knew just by his body language and his facial. He didn't care he just loved playing this game. There was nowhere else on earth he would have rather been than playing basketball on that particular night. It was always fun to watch a guy like that. LaVille will have it here and they start the second half. 22-14, they lead it. Madonna working left side, gets it into the paint to Edison. He'll try to drive, cut off, double team. Has a man streaking down the baseline, Gonzalez. He can't hit it, but Braden Foster follows. Gets the rebound basket, 24-14 now. Nix with it for Glenn. Tries to push it into Myers, and it'll go off a leg of Edison out of bounds. It'll stay Glenn ball. Not a bad idea. I don't think Myers even knew he was open down there.
Tell you what, I love the chess match of out-of-bounds unders.
Bringing it in will be Archer Rust. He's going to have to get it in a hurry, and he'll get it to Myers. Back near the volleyball line now on the right side. Works it left to Parrish into the corner. Nix. Nowhere to go. Now Rust, Parrish.
Good ball
down in the corner to DuPont. He'll have Rust coming through the block. Gets his man on his hip, puts it up, puts it in. Good job by Archer Rust.
He's a good little player, Rusty, especially for a sophomore. Just not built like one, that's for sure.
24-16 now. We're just underway. 7 minutes in the third quarter. Foster, top of the key, looking inside, nothing there. He'll kick it right side. That's Madondo, now top of the key to Edison. He'll take it to the right side of the block. Cut off, has it back out to Manin. He'll give it up to Madondo, drives into the paint, pulls up, takes a 10-footer, buries it.
Nice move, Rusty.
Travis Madondo.
At mid-range, never see it much, but.
24-18, 6:30, clock running. Nix drives the baseline, lays it up, no good, and Gonzalez comes away with his second rebound. Pushes it up, Foster now to Gonzalez on the left side. He'll take it to the paint, Edison. Head fake, goes into the paint, throws it up, throws it in. Boy, LaVille just looking like they're settling in here.
Yeah, Rusty, they definitely are. I think they found what they want to do offensively, and they're just attacking it.
28-16, 6:03 to play. LaVille with the lead. Right side, hands it off to Myers. He'll go into the corner to Nix. Guarded up by Gonzalez, has it back to Myers. And whistle, and I think we're going to have a timeout here as we will. John DuPont wants to talk it over. We'll take a break as well. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week. 28-16, LaVille leads Glenn.
Established in the community of Plymouth since 1879, and its staff is committed to providing care that goes beyond the expected in serving today's families who call Marshall County their home. They welcome families seeking options and alternative ways to pay tribute to someone From burial packages to pre-planning to planning a checklist, the professionals along with caring staff at Johnson Danielson are available to assist your family 24 hours a day by simply calling 574-936-2829. Visit their website at johnsondanielson.com for a complete list of services. Johnson Danielson Funeral Home. Service beyond expectation.
Back at John Glenn High School, Rusty Nixon along with Peyton Skirm at 28-16, our score. LaVille with the lead. Out of a John Glenn timeout, the Falcons will have it under their basket.
Just a little bit of intensity out of these two coaches here tonight, Rusty. I love watching it. Tell you what else, a little thing I noticed, a little home court advantage. Glenn gives the opposing teams just the metal chairs. They get the chairs with the cushions over on their bench. Those little things that make a difference.
You're right. Pass comes into Myers. He'll give it right back to Hunter DuPont, looking for somewhere to go. Double teamed instantly. He'll throw a pass to Nix off his hands out of bounds. First turnover of the half for Glenn. That's 10 for them in the game. 5:40 to play, 28-16 LaVille. They have it. Manu with it. He'll work top of the key with Rust on him. Has Foster way out away from the basket. Now Edison, Gonzalez off the screen. Gets it down to Foster on the baseline. He'll go in strong and nail it.
He is a load, Rusty, inside. Hard to stop him.
In the corner now for Glenn. It's Messer, throws it off the hands of Edison. It'll stay Glenn basketball.
Glenn really needs something here, Rusty. LaVille has come out throwing punches here, and Glenn's going to have to respond.
30-16, 5:16 to play. Referee telling Madando just how far he has to play, and Michael Edison says, you're supposed to be in the corner anyway. So don't play the ball. Pass comes in, DuPont cut off, going to the bucket. He'll have it top of the key. Rust all alone underneath Nix for a bucket.
Nice cut, nice pass. Good response here by Glenn.
LaVille will bring it back over. Nix now with 9 points. Drive by Gonzalez. He'll get fouled on the way there. And shoot some free throws, I think.
I'm a little worried about this kid standing with the knee brace and the crutches right behind the basket. He's not in the stands. He's quite literally, 5 feet from the court.
He is. He might.
Oh, he's lifting his shirt up.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, good night.
Boy, I tell you what, I don't know. That's not something I'd want to see as I'm shooting a free throw.
It worked.
It did work. Andre Gonzalez doesn't hit it. Obviously a football player. I wish I could recognize. You don't recognize football players without their helmets.
Oh, man. They're having fun.
He's got his shirt up, and the second shot missed, and it's going to come down in the hands of Archer Rust. Rebound number 4 for him. So Gonzalez misses 2. Quick pass to Nix. Baseline, buries it, and draws the foul as well. Nix went in there hard, and now we've got everybody mixed up. Madando wanting to take somebody on down there. Manet, I think, was the guy who drew the foul. It's going to be a blocking foul on the way there. So the basket is going to count for Nix, and then both guys were down there on the floor for a while.
Is there a technical or anything, or we just...
Looks like there might be. We're going to have a technical foul, and that's going to be on Madando. So that'll be his second foul. The original foul was on Manu. That is his second. Don't know what Madando was doing in there. He came in there and wasn't very happy about something.
Well, there was definitely some feet tangled and a little bit of kicking and kneeing going on. I could see it. I could see it kind of festering
going on, but I didn't understand why he would come in and try to sort it out. He's the smallest guy on the floor.
Well, you know how that goes sometimes.
Well, yeah, I guess I do know how that goes.
I didn't mean today.
I used to be there too. So Nix will get a free throw. That one is good.
So Madando gets one technical. Did they give one to Glenn?
I don't think they did. I think Madando was the one that was down there looking like he was going to throw hands. Yeah. So I think that was why they got him. Second free throw is good. And they're going to shoot one more, and then Glenn will have the ball back.
Yeah, we got. Yeah. Okay, I think we're all on the same page here, right? Now we're trying to figure out. Messer's had some coach questions here. Tell you what, you knocked down. You just had a 5-point possession there, Rusty. That's a game-changing sequence of events there.
That is, because now you go to 30-23, and it's single-digit lead now for LaVille. And you got the ball back. Now Michael Edison wants an explanation. Referee over here telling him exactly what went on. And I think his question is, how was my guy the only one that got one? I'm totally sure that's what the discussion's over. And now we got another foul. Oh, I tell you what. That is I don't know. Gavin Myers took a step back and his defender fell to the ground. I got to say, after the last contact you had, that was not very much, but it's going to turn it over anyway. Second foul on Myers. Actually, it's pretty heads-up play by the LaVille player. I think it was Amor.
And then we missed a kick ball, I think.
And now another one turnover as the kick ball comes back on the inbound, and Glenn will have it. Hunter DuPont. Think this is going to get chippy before it's over with. And now Edison with a steal. Gets it up to Amor, who saves it into Edison. Goes baseline, he'll get fouled.
No, he stepped out of bounds.
Oh, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds.
Oh, boy. This is getting...
It's going to get chippy here before
temperature's getting turned up, Rusty. I'll tell you what. Props to this Glenn team, Rusty. When they played last year, it was a 70-23 game. It's 30-23 right now. I mean, it tells you the growth this Glenn team has shown.
Yeah, I think I would agree with you. 4:13 to play here in the third. 30-23. Pass to Messer has Nix in the corner. Back to Messer, top of the key. Russ thought about it. Gives it up to Howard. Tries one pass too many, but it's deflected into the hands of Messer. Now he needs help. Gets it from Myers. Nix in the left corner. On the block, backing his way in, Russ. Can't hit the shot, gets his own rebound. Kicks it back out to Messer. 5 rebounds now for Russ. Gavin Myers, cut off in the paint. Has Messer going to the block, going to the lane, can't hit it. A lot of contact, and Manhood comes out of there with a rebound. Was physical before, it's getting violent now. Amor with it. Tries to go back to the center, won't get there. He'll take it right side to Edison. He'll spin move to the block, cut off, cross court. 3-point jumper from Gonzalez. He is cold-blooded.
Yeah, he has a great pass by Edison, too, finding the open guy.
33-23, no hesitation, grab and shoot with a man in his face. 3 minutes to play. Down on the baseline, we're going to get a foul call. Not sure it's going to be on Gonzalez or Foster. Looks like Gonzalez is going to pick it up. Andre Gonzalez will pick up the foul. And so Glenn will have it out of bounds. 2:57 to play here in the third. Inbound knocked out of bounds by Gonzalez.
So many deflections out of this LaVille team, man. They just see the next pass so well. I'm sure they work on it and have drilled it constantly, but
bringing it in will be Messer. 23 23 the score, 2:55 to play. Pass comes in. All the way to the bucket is Russ, can't hit it, and the rebound will come down.
We've had so many close shots go in and out tonight and just not find the right spot on the backboard and find the wrong spot on the iron. And
a lot of contested shots, though, too. You go in there, you know you're going to get guys all over you.
I think both teams are going to walk away watching this film thinking, man, we left a lot of points on the board by just, not finishing through contact. And you're playing in Northern Indiana, you better learn how to finish through contact.
LaVille with a 10-point lead, 33-23, 2:52 to play. We're in the third. Shot is up. It's no good. Archer Rust will get a second. 5 rebounds tonight, 2 points. He's 0 for 1 from the line. Gavin Myers getting Little instruction as he comes off the floor. Alexander on. In and out and then back in. Russ gets the second one. 33-24. Pass knocked out of bounds by Rust. And it'll stay LaVille basketball.
John Glenn students, just about 4 or 5 of them just keep hopping down onto the floor every time something happens. Just cracking me up. I love it. And LaVille, I'll tell you, brought a great fan student section.
They did
Fans
bring
and
a lot of
students.
guys.
3 or 4 rows of students.
There's enough people here to make this an amazing atmosphere, really. 33-24, 2:44. Pass goes to Edison. Right side. Finds Gonzalez underneath. Kicks it back out. Amore. Top of the key. Foster back to Edison. Drives it. Cut off in the lane. Gives it up to Manu. He'll try to drive it. Lays it up. Lays it in. They're going to count it. And he got fouled on the way there.
Might have been a little continuation there, but, you'll live with it. Nice take there.
Hunter Howard going to get his second foul. 35-24, 2:27 at the free throw line. Ryan Manhood. His shot is up. It's off the back of the iron. Rebound, fought for, and Gonzalez will come away with it. LaVille will have it back. 2:20 to play in the third. They lead 35-24. Right side, Gonzalez looking in the middle. He'll get a screen, tries to go down to the block on the right side. Cut off, top of the key, Manu. Off a screen, Gonzalez for 3. No good. Alexander comes away with the rebound. Glenn with it now. Pass knocked out of bounds. It'll stay Glenn basketball. Edison with the double team was able to deflect that one. Hunter DuPont will come on. Archer Rust will get a break.
Glenn probably needs to get this, Rusty, ideally down to 6 or so points before the end of this quarter. You got 2 minutes to do so. Need to string together some stops and some scores.
Minute 57 in the third, 35-24. Left wing. Nix drives it. Whistle and a foul. And that's going to be on Gonzalez. And I've got him for number 2.
Yeah, it surprised me with how physical he plays, Rusty. He's only got 2 fouls. He's trying to advocate for himself right here.
Yeah, he's trying to say his arm got held.
Ref says, you did foul him. Oh, yeah.
Nix will go to the free throw line. His shot is no good.
They say 2 wrongs don't make it right. I foul you, you foul me. Only one of us gets called for it.
Nix will get a second one. 35-24 the score. Minute 45 in the third. That one is up. That one is in and out. No good. Edison comes away with his third rebound. Brings it up himself. Right side hands it to Gonzalez. Foster way out away from the basket. Has Edison. Baseline. Drives it. Gets fouled. That's going to be on Hunter DuPont. I think if it is, it's his third. And it will be.
Yeah, at this point, probably just got to let him play. You got to trust your guys here.
Hunter DuPont with 3 fouls. Minute 33 now. Pass comes in to Edison. He'll take the 10-foot jumper. He'll bury it.
Yeah, did a great job getting his shoulders in there. 2 feet in the lane. Finishes above everybody else.
16 points for Edison. 37-24. Pass on the baseline. Has Messer. Directing traffic. Wants DuPont to come out. He'll go to the baseline instead. Now Howard has DuPont off a screen. Head fake. Gets to the paint. Puts it up. Puts it in. Hunter DuPont is really good at catch and shoot.
Yeah, he's a crafty little player, Rusty. It's always fun to watch a lefty go in with a floater. Looks so cool.
37-26 under a minute here in the third. Edison with a shot fake from the volleyball line. And now he'll take it from top of the key. Misses it. Rebound to Howard, his second. Howard will hold it up, give it up to DuPont. Left side, Messer, corner to Nix. Back to Messer, top of the key, Howard. Back to the corner, Nix for 3.
Great offense resulting in a wide open 3, Rusty. Exactly what they needed, got it down to an 8-point game.
37-29, 26 seconds. And DuPont's going to pick up number 4.
Yeah, it was silly, Rusty. He's got to be smarter than that.
Jumped out trying to get into that passing lane, and he got way too much. of Liam Amore.
Oh, and even worse, that sent them to the free throw line, too. That's going to be their 5th the quarter.
So DuPont will have to take a seat with 4 fouls. That's a loss because he's a scorer.
Yeah, and he makes things happen, too. It's a coach's kid. You know, he sees things well. He makes things happen for other people.
So Amore at the free throw line, looking at the bare chest of the Glenn football player, and he bears down and hits it.
That's the first one they've made going this way, though, Rusty. They've been distracted by that kid. I'll give him props.
Looking right up into the student section. I'll tell you what, that takes some guts.
Yeah, you know, that's good. That's good clean
shirt
form.
up.
With the torn ACL, too.
Oh, you got the twerking thing going on, but Amore has nothing to do with that. Buries the second one. 39-29 now, LaVille, 18 seconds. Howard has Alexander, hands it to Nix. Now double team, looking for somewhere to go. He's going to get fouled. And I think that's going to be on Gonzalez, and it is. That's number 3 on him.
Yeah, and another silly foul, Russ. You just don't send him to the free throw line. Don't give him untimed points, right? Just no need at that point.
And now Nix will get a couple of shots with 10 seconds left.
Try to get it down to 8 here and definitely wanted it single digits. And then just give yourself a chance to fight. We'll see if Glenn has anything defensively to change up here in this fourth quarter, try to get some turnovers.
Shot is up and in and out. Nick's struggling a little bit from the free throw line. He is 3 of 6 there tonight. Edison will come back to the floor here, and Manu will take a break. 10 seconds, 39-29 the score. Shot is up. That is good by Nix. 39-30. Pass comes all the way down in the corner. Amore in and out at the buzzer. Rebound by Nix. And that's going to do it. Amore had a really good look, and it went all the way. The only thing that didn't go was all the way through. So we go to break. Third quarter. It is 39 for LaVille and 30 for Glenn. We'll be back with the final 8. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
The trend happening around the educational world. More and more high school graduates are attending smaller community colleges to start their educational journey. At Marian University's Ancilla College, we welcome students from all walks of life. The opportunities at Marian University are endless, from living on campus to being a collegiate student athlete. From day one, your professors will help you create a plan for a success at Marian and beyond. Find out more about Marian University's Ancilla College through our website at marian.edu/Ancilla today. McDonald's restaurants in Plymouth and Bremen, Indiana are now owned and operated by local residents Bill and Flo Bolt. Bolt Enterprises are proud to own and operate all 4 McDonald's restaurants in Marshall County. Become part of the McDonald's family today with Bolt Enterprises McDonald's.
Mac and John Glenn, Rusty Nixon, Peyton Skirvin, 39-30 our score. So we head to the fourth quarter. LaVille with the lead. And it looks like Glenn will have the basketball out of that quarter break. This has been hotly contested, I guess would be the way to say it.
That's for sure, Rusty. And that's what happens when you get 2 teams that have their identity a lot on their defense. And it's been fun, been physical. See how these last 8 go.
Glenn will have it. They bring it out right side. Gavin Myers for 3 off the front of the rim. Rebound to Manhood, his 5th. Having a good floor game. Hasn't scored a lot, but doing a lot of other things well. Madondo back out after the... Oh, and he zigged when he should have zagged as he went to the basket. Gonzalez thought he was going to come back and get the pass and ends up out of bounds. So just the 5th turnover for LaVille here.
Yeah, they're doing a good job playing a clean game without giving many non-looks at the basket. Getting a lot of shots up. Not as many falling as they'd like, but good job of not turning it over.
Howard will have the inbound pass. gives it up to Nix. He'll drive it, double team, shoots it up anyway, and Foster will get the rebound after the miss. (39-30). LaVille with the lead in the basketball. Edison working right side, has Madando in the corner, top of the key to Gonzalez. Off the screen on the left corner, Edison. He'll drive it, gets to the block, knocked out of his hands by Howard. So a steal, his sixth turnover for LaVille. Loose ball on the floor, and Madando will come away with it. So the teams trade turnovers.
A little sloppy out of both of them offensively right there.
Foster almost travels, and underneath we're going to have a whistle and a foul. I think it's going to be on Madando. They say he held the guy on the other side. Well, you know, when you get involved with something and get a technical on a play that you're really not involved with,
you do put a target on.
You put a target on your back, and I don't care what official is out here. For the rest of the game, they're going to be watching Madando a little closer than they're watching everybody else.
Yeah, you're completely right about that, Rusty.
Just the way it happens. So it's going to be a turnover. Madando with foul number 3. DuPont, right side to Myers. Edison guarding him. Trying to make something happen. Drives to the left side. Gets it in. Rust forces his way into the paint. Throws up an air ball, and Edison comes away with rebound number 4. Working down on the baseline. Kick into the corner, Madando. Now out to Foster. Right side, Gonzalez thought about the 3. He'll try to force a pass into the paint. And we're going to get a pushing foul, and that's going to go on Manhood.
Yeah, it's at 23. That's, just both teams getting a little frustrated right now, Rusty, and it's kind of showing both ways. Not ideal. You can really, whichever team kind of settles in here, it's probably going to be the team that wins this game.
Hunter DuPont will bring it across. Bring it across. Has Myers. Now DuPont, left side. And a travel call as Parrish got a little ahead of himself. It's just the second turnover this half for Glenn. They haven't really cleaned that up. They had 7 in the first quarter. Really, the difference in this game is that first quarter.
Yeah, you're completely right, Rusty.
Madando brings it across, has Gonzalez. Back to Madando, directing traffic. He'll drive it to the right side. Nothing there. Has a pass tipped. And Nix will come away with a steal. Another turnover for LaVille. Now coming back the other way. Van Hoot picks it up. He and Myers on the floor. Edison comes out of there with the ball and lays it in. Wild turnover and exchange, and it comes back to LaVille's points. 41-30. Underneath Myers, turns and looks. Pass, throws it out of bounds, just nobody there. Gavin not happy with himself. He knows that there's just nobody there for the pass.
Yeah, and I think this is a really good timeout here by Coach Edison. Get your boys to settle down because this is just a little too chaotic.
Take a break as well. 5:08 to play in this one. 41-30. LaVille with the lead. We'll be right back.
MCF got its start in 2018 with one goal: bring fast, reliable fiber internet to Marshall County. Today, we offer lightning-fast speeds, equal upload and download with no contracts and no install fees. Whether you're working from home or streaming all night, Marshall County Fiber keeps you connected. We might be the new kid on the block, but we're growing fast, just like our internet. Visit marshallfiber.com or call 574-223-2191. MCF, making rural connections possible.
John Glenn High School, Rusty Dixon with Peyton Skirvin as we have 5:08 to play in this one. LaVille with a 41-30 lead. They'll have it in out of their timeout. Bringing it up is Madando. Edison on the right wing. Foster out way away from the basket. Gives it over to Gonzalez. Now Manu, top of the key. They're playing that. Well, that's the old open offense. I recognize that too. Seen it for 100 years. Foster and Parrish gets a little, and you see John DuPont down here. That's exactly what they want you to do.
Yep.
Get impatient and try to sneak in there, and he'll pick up the foul.
Yeah, Coach DuPont not happy. He's letting the officials know about it too.
Yeah, he just was told he probably ought to go sit down, so he will. Pass comes into Edison in the right corner, back out to Foster. Once again, that's the thing you see with any Edison coach team. The big guy out here running the show, way out away from the basket. Edison goes to the bucket, lays it up and in. He's having a night. That is 20 for him now, 43-30. Hunter DuPont, nowhere to go, kills the dribble. He'll give it over to Parrish. Now Rust, corner to Nix. Back to Rust. Waiting for somebody to come off a screen. He'll get it to Parrish. Right side, Myers has it knocked away. DuPont will chase it down at the timeline. Picks it up to Parrish. Takes it to the baseline, and he's going to get, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds.
It's back to your old theory, Rusty, that this court's just slightly smaller down there.
It's smaller on that
wall. Tell you, when you played here, it always felt like you were
Oh, man, and you're afraid to go in there on a layup because you're afraid you're going to hit the wall. It is tight on that end. 43-30. Pass comes up to Foster, way out away from the basket. Manhood now, top of the key to Madondo. Anybody who watched Plymouth back in the 80s and 90s, this is definitely the old open offense. Edison goes to the basket, gets it knocked away, but he gets fouled, so he'll shoot free throws. I mean, it's just amazing, the things that work, and you don't need to change them.
Basketball can be a simple game sometimes. Move the ball, set screens.
That one is good.
They've just slowly extended this a little bit, Rusty, up to 14 here. Kind of in that danger zone, if you will, for Glenn here. They've played well. They just have not stopped turning the ball over.
Yeah, and they haven't been able to make shots fall. Second free throw is good, and they're going to say he was over the line, so lane violation. Edison with 21 points now. That one won't count.
Telling you, point of emphasis, Rusty. It has to be.
Has to be. I agree with you because you don't. Anything you see. A couple of years ago it was hand check.
Yeah, right.
Saw a hand check every 30 seconds. Myers with a three, misses everything, and the rebound comes down to Edison. And this is what LaVille will do to you. You just get to the point where you feel like there's no time and you got to fire something up. It's probably not the shot John DuPont wanted at that point.
And LaVille will use all 3 minutes if they can here, Rusty.
3 minutes left, 44-30. Once again, just a lot of cutting and screening. Edison goes to the baseline. He puts a shot up. Won't work. Manhoot comes down with a rebound but steps out of bounds.
Got to be careful with those crutches on the sideline. Almost reach somebody to the court from there.
They are into it down there in the student section for Glenn. Howard, now he comes over the 10-second line. Let's say you better hurry. Messer, corner it goes. Three from Parrish off the rim. Rebound comes down to Gonzalez. His fourth, knocked out of bounds, and we're going to get a foul, I believe. That is going to be on Nix.
Glenn going to pick up full court here.
4 fouls on Nix now, and full court pressure by Glenn here with 2:29 to play.
Looks like a 1-2-2. Going to look to trap at some point. LaVille's got to get the ball to the middle.
Comes into Madondo. All the way around it goes to Gonzalez. I don't know who he studies with, but whoever it is, He's got it down. He was trying to get that foul, but don't think there was enough contact for it. Now Foster, there was enough contact for something there. As Parrish really fighting in there for that basketball, knocks it out of bounds, and it'll stay.
Gonzalez is still hurting, man.
LaVille ball. Pass comes down into the corner. Matondo trying to pass it to Edison. Almost hit it in the basket. And now Myers will come away with a steal on the save. Driving it to the paint. Kicks it. Nix drives top of the key to Howard. And now that pass thrown out of bounds and another turnover.
Yeah, it's kind of the story of their night, Rusty. And as they've talked about, it's just you don't give yourself a chance to win when you turn the ball over that much.
44-30, minute 42, Foster. Gonzalez and LaVille breaks the pressure. Matondo now, top of the key. Whistle, foul away from the ball, I believe. That one is going to be on Nix. That'll be it for him.
Yep.
So Jude Nix with number 5. He'll come over to the bench. That'll bring a couple of guys off the bench. It's going to be Grant Romer coming out and also Logan Alexander, as Nix will sit down and Gavin Myers will sit down. Minute 31 to play, 44-30. LaVille with the lead, they'll have it in bounds. Gonzalez with it in the backcourt. Alexander all over him. He'll have to bring it over. He does. Now the throw to Edison. Edison to the baseline. Spin move. Won't fall. Rebound to Parrish. Stolen away by Edison, and he'll bury it. Stealing a bucket for Lance Edison. He's got 23 now. Howard trying to find somewhere to go. Gives it up to Messer. His left-handed jumper in the paint goes down. James Messer now with 6 points. Makes it 46-32, under a minute now. Left side way out by the timeline. Edison gets fouled. That one going to be on Messer. I've got him for 2. But don't ever trust me when I tell you how many fouls. Yeah, he's got 3.
Talk about finding your identity. If you're LaVille, your identity might just be playing through Lance Edison as much as possible.
I think that's pretty obvious. He is definitely the best player on the floor now.
He's grown quite a bit in the offseason. He's gotten a lot stronger.
And he makes really good decisions with the ball in his hand.
Without a doubt.
24 points for him. Make it, it won't fall. Rebound comes to Manhood. He's fouled. 7 rebounds for Ryan Manhood.
Nice little game out of the long, lanky.
Well, he's not a scorer, but he does so many other things.
Yeah, that's what you want out of a senior, though, Russ. He just finds ways to help your team win.
39 seconds. He's at the free throw line. Misses it. We'll get a second one. Dakota Nyman comes on for Glenn as they begin to empty the bench. With 39 seconds left, 47-32 LaVille. Second shot is no good. And we got a lane violation.
Yep, stop us. You heard that before this year.
Big surprise. Grant Romer, I guess, is who they're calling. Edison talking pointer or two. There's the free throw missed, and Romer will come away with a rebound. So whatever Lance said, it worked. 47-32. Pass comes up for Glenn. Alexander with a 3 from the corner. Logan Alexander buries it. 47-35, 20 seconds left. Edison will come across. I don't think they have any intention of doing anything but dribbling it out, and that's exactly what they're going to do. That's going to do it. So our final here will be 47-35. LaVille takes their second win of the year. Glenn's still looking for that first one. And so we'll go to break, and when we come back, we'll have our post-game show. Final score here, LaVille 47, Glenn 35. We'll be right back. You're listening to Max 98.3's Game of the Week.
At Marshall County REMC, they are more than just your electric provider. They're your neighbors, your partners, and your connection to a brighter future. Since 1936, they have been powering homes, farms, and businesses with reliable service, innovative energy solutions, and a commitment to our community that never wavers. It's not just about keeping the lights on, it's about keeping our community strong. Marshall County REMC, powering progress, powering you. Learn more at marshallremc.com.
There's a trend happening around the educational world. More and more high school graduates are attending smaller community colleges to start their educational journey. At Marian University's Ancilla College, we welcome students from all walks of life. The opportunities at Marian University are endless, from living on campus to being a collegiate student athlete. From day one, your professors will help you create a plan for a success at Marian and beyond. Find out more about Marian University's Ancilla College through our website at marian.edu/Ancilla today. Time now for the post game, brought to you by McDonald's.
Back at Glen High School, Rusty Nixon along with Peyton Skirvin. It's our post-game show, and what a night tonight. It was a game we thought it would be. I thought maybe it'd be a little bit closer, but when Glen is such a good team when they aren't turning the ball over, when they can play the game at their pace.
Well, and Rusty,
really good.
It's so difficult because when your identity is you want to play fast, you have to be able to do it under control, right? But you also don't want to take that speed away from your team because you feel like that's the advantage you have, and you can see it out there. I mean, this Glen team has speed. They have the ability to push the ball. They just have got to be able to do it without turning the ball over, right? Playing under control. Your hair's on fire, but not to the point that you're losing the ball every time you go down the court, and that's going to be their challenge moving forward for sure.
We heard John DuPont talk about it in the pregame. He talked about it at the end of our opening night with Plymouth, is that, without turnovers, I'm happy with what is going on, but we got to find a way to not turn the ball over. On the other side of it, LaVille looks like they've got exactly what you knew they'd have. They found pieces to replace the pieces, and they're just running the way they normally would.
Right. You were curious of how this team would look without Zarnecki, right? I mean, that kid could absolutely ball. I mean, if you got to watch him, you know what we're talking about. You're going to have a challenge to score points after losing a guy like that. And it's going to take some time for LaVille to settle in. But I thought tonight, they got good looks at the basket. And I think it's going to be the challenge of, all right, which ones are we looking to settle for versus which ones are we looking to force? Who's our guys that we're looking to get those shots for? And, that's what Coach Edison's going to figure out over these next, couple months.
You see so many things when you watch them that you see year in, year out. Faces are just different.
Yeah, right.
It's the same system. It's the same way everything is done in Michael's system. But, you got some new faces, and they're figuring it out. You got some good athletes out there. Gonzalez and Lance Edison are both really solid players. Madondo is that little spark plug that you always seem to find with a LaVille basketball team, and they got some good pieces. I think they're going to be good again.
I think so too, Rusty, and they play so hard, man. They're fun to watch. Both these teams played hard.
Take a break. We come back. We'll have our play of the game. I hope you picked one.
I got you.
So we'll be right back.
McDonald's restaurants in Plymouth and Bremen, Indiana are now owned and operated by local residents Bill and Flo Bolt. Bolt Enterprises are proud to own and operate all 4 McDonald's restaurants in Marshall County. Become part of the McDonald's family today with Bolt Enterprises McDonald's. Here's the play of the game brought to you by Absolute Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling.
All right, I'm going to turn this over to Peyton. He's got the play of the game. So the play of the game tonight is?
Our play of the game tonight is going to go to the man whose name I messed up a couple times already, Lance Edison, not Michael, not Jack, Lance Edison. His 20th point of the night came off of a beautiful rip through, got his shoulder square, finished up high, and it kind of capped off with like an 8-0 run for LaVille, put him up 43-30. And they just really did not look back since after Edison took that ball up strong and kind of put this game on ice with about 4 minutes left to go.
I got a feel we're going to hear his name again here in a minute, but we'll keep the suspense.
No spoilers, man. Come on.
Keep the suspense going. We got one more thing to do before we're done here tonight, and that's name our player of the game, so stay right there.
Absolute Plumbing, Heating, Cooling of Plymouth has become one of the leading service companies in northern Indiana. Serving Marshall, Stark, St. Joe, Fulton, LaPorte, Elkhart, and Kosciuszko County since 2014. They specialize in residential, commercial plumbing, heating, and cooling services. They also handle drain cleaning, water heater repair, commercial refrigeration, furnaces, generators, and much more. And they're the area's only York brand dealer. That's why Michiana has made Absolute Heating and Cooling their one-stop shop for service needs. Locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience in the trade. Visit their website at absolutephc.com for complete service information. Absolute Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, the area's top York brand dealer.
Who doesn't like pizza, right? But have you tried the pizza at Bourbon Street Pizza lately? More fresh ingredients and a new pizza sauce recipe. It's like a slice of heaven each and every time you take a bite. And now there's 16 new style of pizzas for you to choose from on the menu. And let's not forget the mouth-watering wings or their 5 different pasta dishes to choose from. Bourbon Street Pizza with area locations in Plymouth, Culver, Argus, Walkerton, Napanee, and in Bourbon. If you're looking for a quick and delicious dinner for the entire family to enjoy, look no further than a Bourbon Street Pizza location near you.
Bourbon Street Pizza presents the player of the game.
I'm pretty sure we're on the same page for this one, too.
Yeah, I'll let you take this one.
You want me to take this one?
Yeah, you take this one.
I'm going to say Lance Edison.
I'm going to agree with you.
24 points, 5 rebounds. I've got him for 2 assists and 2 steals. I'm sure he had more than that in both categories.
About 40 deflections, too.
Yeah. So, I don't think there's any doubt Lance Edison was the best player on the floor tonight, and he showed that. Now, strong second, Jude Nix, 18 points. And
he played really well.
He just was the victim of double and triple team every time he caught the ball.
He's going to win them some games this year. He really is. He's a good player.
Once they get rid of the turnover bug and find a number 2 and 3 to guard on that scouting report, he's going to have some amazing games.
Without a doubt.
Well, that's going to do it for us here. Unless John comes up, he's going to come up and talk to us. So very good. We're going to talk to John DuPont here for just a moment before we go. Head coach of the John Glenn Falcons. Man, thanks for joining us. And, I know we just been talking about the fact that what we talked about in the pregame was turnovers. And it's something we've talked about every time we talk. When you guys aren't turning the ball over, I agree with you. You're a really good basketball team.
Yeah, we've lost 3 games, and I'll go out and say it. We've lost all 3 games because we turn the ball over too much. It's that simple. We panic when we get pressure, and it's just how quick we can get rid of the basketball. And it's something we have to go back to the drawing board and fix.
I think, too, you got Jude Nix down there. He scores 18 points again tonight, but he's drawn double and triple team every time he touches the ball. I mean, finding another guy to be that scorer, too, to take a little pressure off him would help you.
I can't tell you how many layups we missed tonight.
Yeah.
Point-blank layups. And, that's a focus thing. And then, we got a couple guards that just need to figure it out, to be honest with you.
Right.
They just gotta grow up a little bit, and they're growing up. They do the best they can right now, and I don't want to put them down, but they got to grow up a little bit and start producing.
Well, it's that time.
Yep.
I mean, they've been through the wars before. It's time to start doing it. You're 3 games in now.
Yep.
So, and it doesn't get any easier on your schedule. The one thing though is, I mean, you guys look like you're not afraid to physical with people. I mean, you're more than happy to play a physical basketball game.
Yeah, we are not ready to play a LaVille type of basketball game.
Okay, yeah.
We will fight. And we will battle with people, but I just told them up in the locker room, the difference right now is, I bet you go to LaVille practice and it's a war. I mean, it's 2 hours of guys hating to guard each other. You know, and we don't have that yet.
Yeah.
We're trying, you know, but until we get that, we're not going to beat teams like LaVille because they just know how to play.
It's got to be some things you like tonight. I mean, what did you see that you felt really good about?
Whew, now we're just trying to I'm sure when I watch some film, Rusty, there'll be some things there, but no. I thought early on we did a real good job. We talked all week about getting into our offense and then working the ball around in our offense.
Yeah.
When we scored, you saw that. Like when we scored, we were able to get 3, 4, 5 passes, 6 passes into the offense and score at the basket. The problem is consistently doing it.
Right.
You know, we're going to just keep plugging that away at practice. You know, because we just got to get into our rhythm of our offense right now, and right now we're just not doing a good job of that. But we'll get there.
Well, man, thanks for joining us. I appreciate it, and we'll run into you again here pretty soon.
All right, thank you guys.
That is John DuPont, the head basketball coach at John Glenn, and man, I'm telling you, this was a war. It's what we thought, but like we said, you know, with LaVille, it was just this. Different faces, same old story.
It is, Rusty, buying into the system and playing for their head coach and playing good ball, man. It's going to be fun to watch them play some more times this year.
Let's talk a little bit about what's coming up. I want to let people know that we had a chance to talk with former Plymouth football coach Adam Handley one last time. He will be on the Saturday Morning Coaches Show with us tomorrow. Wanted to give him a chance to just one more time, you know, thank people and you know, talk to everybody one last time before he moves on. Also have a lot of other coaches. We've got Michaela Shalio. We have Greg Miller is going to talk with us about Plymouth basketball, the boys and the girls. We've got Nick Kindick from Argus is going to join us. He's going to talk about his team. Mackenzie Shoemaker, the Tony the Boss Ross Athlete of the Week, will be with us.
Nice.
She's a wrestler over at Bremen.
Awesome.
So we'll talk with her. All kinds of stuff going on. So join us. That starts at 7 o'clock tomorrow. And then next week, it's Plymouth week. We're going to be at Plymouth on Tuesday for the remake of the Plymouth-Bremen game that we had on the schedule. We'll have that one for you. Get a chance to see Chase Devine play for the first time this year. And then Friday, the girls are in action in the traditional Plymouth-Warsaw battle. I
can't wait.
I know.
Warsaw's good, I'll tell you that.
They are really good. But we will have that game for you coming up on Friday, so don't miss that. And have yourselves a great rest of the evening. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning on the Coaches Show.
Tonight's game brought to you by Coca-Cola, Hoosier Tire, Marion's University Ancilla College, First Federal Bank, Big B Coffee, McDonald's, Absolute Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, Bourbon Street Pizza, Culver Portside Marina, Marshall County REMC, the Pilot News Group, Marshall County Fiber, Johnson Danielson Funeral Home. Don't forget to visit us online at sportsthemax.net, on Facebook, and on the web.